Welcome to part 74 of Legend of Dragoon. In this episode, we're going to the Mountain of Mortal Dragon. And as you can hear, yeah, I just actually cut out a random encounter because, well, I didn't want to start the recording like that. So, we're going to be going to the Mount of Mortal Dragon, or Mountain Dragon Tomb, or whatever the hell you want to call it. The fact of the matter is, it's the place where that son of a bitch dragon is, and we need to kill it. Again, we won't be killing it today. No, I'll be trying to go through it, because it actually is a level, as opposed to the fight with Linus back in Chapter 2. So, let's head over to the Mount of Mortal Dragon, and yes, I just cut out a battle, so I want to make sure that nothing happens between by the time I go in there and the time I come back. And I'm going to switch out additions because unfortunately I'm not good at either Gust of Wind's Dance nor Hardblade. Meaning I'm going to need 10,000 in order for me to actually make sure that they're good at those particular techniques. Yeah. And just so we're clear, I'm probably going to be here for only 2 parts. This whole entire part is dedicated to going to the Divine Dragon, because the Divine Dragon itself is a pretty long fight. And chances are I missed a treasure box. Probably did. I wouldn't go back to check, but I probably did. I'll probably get it on the way out. It's no big deal. And no, I'm not trying to grind. I thought there was a treasure box over there. I really did. Anyway, new enemies. We've got a flying dragon, and I don't remember what that thing is, but it's a spider. Oh, deadly spider. Let's see. Deadly spiders are poisonous. So killing them easily with Albert's wind techniques is a good thing. And we then have the dragon. Oh, what the hell dragon it is. I thought it was a flying dragon, but it's not. These things are wind-based. Congo can actually do damage to these things, providing he had an arena-based weapon. And what they lack in, physical defense, it makes up for in magic, obviously. Which is why I saved, because you're going to be running into some enemies with some serious firepower. Let me make sure if I can find that chest. I probably can't because I can't see it. It's way off in the distance and out of the way. But once we start fully traversing here, more deadlier enemies are going to show up. And those enemies are going to start using magic. More powerful than what you faced with. Well, not as powerful. That's what you faced with the Grand Jewel. Excuse me. And what you're going to face with the Divine Dragon, but they may start using magic attacks. And yes, they will be using random tricks. I'm just going to warn you right now, expect all the status ailments you can possibly expect. But anyway, new enemy. We have a flaming horse. I think it was a flame dragon. Yeah, I think it's a flame dragon. No, Mega Seahorse. Mega Sea Dragon. Whatever the heck thing is, it's a seahorse. That's all there is to it. And Meru can actually do damage to those things. Just don't let them do damage to you. If you're a Meru, that is, because they will use fire attacks. And this place has multiple pathways, and all of which leads to treasure. That pathway up top leads to treasure. This leads to treasure. Whoa. There's a lot of treasure to be got here. Some of which is actually pretty darn good. Like, for instance, in this particular place, the treasure that needs to be got here is the... Oh, I'm leaving that in because this... The treasure that needs to be got here is the dragon helmet. For the love of God, do not leave without that. That is a pretty good weapon. I mean, pretty good helmet other than a knight helmet. Not only does it gains, does it raises your defense, but also it increases your or double your max HP. You can increase your max HP, it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is your HP goes up if you wear that dragon helm. And you want that. As for Kongo, he can get the Gigantos armor here. But then again, why would you want to use Kongo for the Divine Dragon? Instead, you might use Kongo for the enemies. Anyway, I just scored another healing breeze. And make sure you have room for some of these items. That's the one thing that may tick you off with the 32 item limit. There's going to be enemies that's going to drop rare items. And unfortunately, you won't be able to get them because you'll probably end up maxing out the 32. Well, if they were going to do that, they could have at least made it to where it's like 32 items, but at least an infinite amount of, or at least it could be like 99 items out of 32. Could have been that, but we didn't get that. But the system is fluid nonetheless. The only reason I'm going on a tirade for items is basically simple. Most of the enemies here may drop an item or two. And unfortunately, if they drop an item and your item stock is full, well, you might have to discard an item. So that's why I'm going on a general tirade about that. Otherwise, that new enemy was the... No, that was actually the Flying Dragon. The other one was the Buster Dragon. Never mind. Those little dragons can hurt, and as you saw there, for weak characters like Rose and Meru, it may take like 2 additions completely in order to take them out. But for guys like Dart and especially Kongo, these things go down quickly. I'm not like jumping ahead or skipping or anything. I just didn't really commentate on it because I was pretty much pointing out what to look out for as far as the treasure system is concerned. Anyway, this is where we're going to get the Giganto armor. And with said Giganto armor, I will put the Giganto armor on Dart. Or attempt to, if I hadn't just now said that it was Kongo's weapon. That pretty much made me an idiot. But that's not the point. The point of the matter is, Kongo has increased his defense. So now, Kongo's physical defense is higher than Kongo's magical defense, which unfortunately is not balanced yet. Not until I scrounge up $10,000 and get a magical cost, or mystical cost, whatever one it is. Alright. There's gonna be yet another random encounter, but who cares? Plot exposition. And that leads us to... That's the Dragon Helm. You want to put that on. it doesn't matter who you put it on to, you might want to put that on. Yes, it will lower magic defense, but you know what? Dart now has over 29,000 to actually make up for it. Oh, and also, another thing that I ended up doing was the weapons actually put that on Rose. No, it's physical. And then, never mind. Put the physical back on Rose. Anyway, the Divine Dragon is throwing a temper tantrum. Is it true from the top of the Mount Mortal Dragon? No, it's from the top of blah blah blah. I don't care. It's Moran anyway. That was a magical power. An awful powerful mega magic. Yes, it's firing its laser. Whatever it is, that is our destination. Of course, because we're going to have to subjugate the Divine Dragon. As if it's unburdening its anger all over the world. The anger towards the Winglies who sealed him, and us humans who dominated dragons. We'll blame the Winglies for that. Anyway, then, does this mean Leningrad was chosen to be the place for the declaration of war? We'll settle this at the top of Mount Mortal Dragon before the next town because of becomes a victim. Sorry, I'm reading slow and out of tone. It's just the fact that I couldn't really see most of that. Anyway, now we can finally go to the Divine Dragon. And we're going to save, because I'm not going to fight that right now. In the next episode, let me get to the save point first. There we go. In the next episode, we actually do fight the Divine Dragon, much to my dismay. This is RP985. See you guys at part 75 for the Divine Dragon. And you won't believe who's responsible for the Divine Dragon. Ah, who am I kidding? It's Lloyd. He's got to be in there somewhere. He's like the